Vivian was one of those girls people never forgot once they set eyes on her. She was very beautiful, with smooth ebony dark skin that glowed in the sun, average height, and a womanly figure that made heads turn everywhere she went. She was not slim, neither was she too fat, but had medium-sized curves, round breasts, and buttocks that gave her a graceful walk. One thing that made her stand out even more was her hairy skin. Fine black hair covered her arms and legs, yet it looked natural and only added to her beauty. Vivian lived in Ikonegbu, Owerri, but not in a normal house. She stayed in a small old house that stood close to the edge of a burial ground. Every morning before lectures, neighbors would see her stepping out from that lonely area, neatly dressed, her shoes shining, her books in hand, and her smile lighting up the street. Nobody ever asked her why she lived there, they were too distracted by her beauty. Whenever Vivian passed, men would lose their senses. Taxi drivers, tricycle riders, bus conductors, even men selling in shops would call out to her. Some would fight among themselves just to get her attention. In school, the situation was worse. Vivian was a student of Alvin Ekoko College of Education, Owerri, in the Department of English and Literature. Her presence in class always caused trouble. Male students wanted to sit beside her, and those who could not manage it would end up quarreling with others. Cult groups in the school, who normally had their own affairs, began clashing because of Vivian. Leaders of different cults wanted her to belong to them alone, and their boys often fought bloody battles in her name. Lecturers, too, were not left out. Some would call Vivian to their offices and promise her better grades if she gave them her time. Others became jealous and bitter whenever they saw male students close to her. More than once, students failed their exams simply because a lecturer suspected they were Vivian's secret lover. Outside school, Vivian's charm was just as strong. Young men from Imo State University, Federal Polytechnic Nikit, and even men working in offices across Owerri, all came for her. She never lacked boyfriends. Tricycle and bike riders never collected transport fare from her, they saw it as a privilege to carry her. Even taxi drivers argued to be the one to take her home, hoping that she would one day call them her man. All her bills, her food, clothes, rent, and even books, were paid for by these men who competed to please her. Yet, Vivian was not an ordinary girl. One quiet evening, a tricycle rider named Emeka stopped his vehicle near the burial ground in Ikonegbu to ease himself. As he stepped into the bush, a strange cold wind blew around him. The sound was like a whisper, and the hairs on his skin rose immediately. Curious and a little afraid, he peeped through the bushes into the burial ground. What he saw froze his blood. From one of the old graves, the ground shifted and cracked open. Slowly, a figure rose. It was a young woman, tall and beautiful, with glowing ebony dark skin. Her eyes shone in the moonlight, and her neat hair bounced as she climbed out of the grave. It was Vivian. Fear gripped Emeka, and for a moment, he almost ran away. But he told himself he was a man, and with trembling courage, he decided to follow her from a safe distance. Vivian walked gracefully, as if nothing had happened, carrying her handbag and books. She headed straight to the road, stopped the bike, and rode off. Emeka quickly jumped back into his tricycle and followed quietly behind. She entered Alvin Ekoko College of Education as if it was a normal day. She went straight to her department, greeted her classmates, and sat down as if nothing strange had happened. Later that day, Emeka could not hold it in anymore. He met some students outside the faculty and asked them about the girl he had seen. "Who is that beautiful dark girl in English and Literature?" he asked. The students laughed. "Oh, that is Vivian. Everybody in this school knows her." "Why do you ask?" Emeka shook his head, his face pale. "Be careful with that girl," he warned. "I saw her with my own eyes coming out from a grave in the burial ground at Ikonegbu." The students were shocked. At first, they thought he was joking, but the fear in his eyes was real. Word spread quickly, faster than fire on dry grass. By the next morning, the whole school was buzzing with the story. Vivian comes from the grave. She is not human. She is a spirit. Lecturers heard it, students whispered it, and even tricycle riders who once adored her began to look at her differently. Everywhere Vivian passed, people stared not only in admiration but now in fear. And then, just as suddenly as she had appeared in their lives, Vivian vanished. She did not come to lectures the next day. She was not seen in Ikonegbu, neither was she seen at the burial ground. Her boyfriends called her number, but it never went through. The lecturers who had promised her grades searched, but she was gone. It was as if the earth itself had swallowed her back. From that day, no one in Owerri ever saw Vivian again. But her memory remained, a dark beauty from the grave, who once ruled the hearts of men, and disappeared the moment her secret was revealed.